All right, everybody, welcome to Final Fantasy VIII. It's our new game. I'm not getting any of the sound, I don't think. Hold on. Or maybe I have the sound turned down. Let me see what I got here. Yep, I had the sound turned way down. That's why you can't hear it. There it is. Now I got to turn it down for myself. And for you guys, because that's really loud. Hold on. Back down to where it usually is. Okay, so now we've got it figured out. So we're going to play Final Fantasy VIII. So this is the one. It's probably like one of the lowest rated Final Fantasy games, but it's honestly one of my favorites. Like the music, the cutscenes. I even like the junction system. Like I like how that works. So we'll be going over it. So maybe if you like wanted to play this one but didn't know how to use the junction system, if you watch my series, you might be able to like figure out the junction system a little bit. Oh, the audio's a little messed up. I don't know if that was I don't know if that's going to come through in the video or whether it was just my headphones weren't plugged in all the way. But yeah, I grew up like this was my like I played this game a lot as a kid, like a lot. I've never beaten it, but I've gotten really far. I got to like Ultimate Weapon, which is like disc 3 of 4. So it's kind of like Final Fantasy VII. You know, I played through most of it, got caught on a really hard boss, and then quit. But we're gonna beat it, whether we 100% it or not. Though I do really want to get like all the GFs and all that kind of stuff. But I love this game. The cinematics are so cool. And I'm also going to be playing it like a different way than I usually play it, because I usually play this game like really grind heavy. But I've been watching a lot of videos about like the junction system and like how it works, and you don't really need to grind a whole bunch. Like I'm not doing like a challenge run where I don't grind at all, but like I'm definitely not going to be grinding a ton. Like I'll be drawing magic and stuff, but after a certain point I won't even really need to have to do that. Learning certain abilities, but I'm also not going to be using summons as much as I usually do in this game. Yeah. That's where the iconic scar comes from. Yeah, the audio was getting a little messed up there. Final Fantasy VIII, 1999. So this is only 2 years after 7, and they already like made it look so much better. It looks a lot like Parasite Eve, which I've also played on the channel, which is another one of my favorite games. How are you feeling? Okay, I guess. Okay. Take it easy next time, you hear? Looks like your eyes are focusing. You should be fine. Say your name for me. You can rename the character. I'm not going to rename the character. He's going to be Squall. Why don't you take it easy in training next time? You might not be so lucky. Tell that to Cypher. That Cypher won't listen to anyone. Why don't you ignore him? You can't just run away. You want to be cool, huh? Well, don't get hurt in the process. Let's see. Your instructor is Quistis. I'll call her now. Just wait here a minute. Quistis, come get your student. Yes. His injury is not serious. It'll probably leave a scar. Right, now please come by. Squall, so we meet again. The cinematics look so good, especially for PlayStation 1. Like, look at that. That's amazing. That's why they had to be on 4 discs, because there's just so much into those cinematics. I knew it'd be either you or Cypher. Come on, let's go. Today's the field exam. Squall, is there something on your mind? Not really. Not really. What's so funny? Funny? No, it's not that. I'm just happy. I feel like I'm beginning to understand my student a little, that's all. I'm more complex than you think. Then tell me. Tell me more about yourself. It's none of your business. Yeah. And then adding, like, the in-game stuff to the cutscenes, and Blam Garden is one of the coolest designs of anything I've ever seen. It's so cool. I hope the music and stuff isn't, like, too loud. I hope you can still hear me over it. Good morning, class. Let's start with today's schedule. There seems to have been some rumors flying around since yesterday. Yes, the field exam for CD candidates will begin later this afternoon. Those not participating and those who failed last week's written test are to remain here in study hall. Field exam participants will have free time until the exam. Just be sure you're in top condition. Meet in hall at 1600 hours. I'll announce the team's assignment there. Any questions? Oh, and Cypher, do not injure your partner while training. Be careful from now on. Field exam participants, I will see you all later. And Squall, I need to talk to you. But before we go up there, I'm going to get my first 2 Guardian Forces. My first 2, I'm going to call them GFs from now on. And they're the summons for the game. So you go into the tutorial area. Squall confirmed. GF data for Squall. Searching. GF registered under Squall are Quetzalcoatl and Shiva. So we got our first 2 Guardian Forces, the Thunder one and the Ice one. The tutorial covers all aspects of gameplay, blah blah blah. I don't really need any of it. So we're just going to exit. I'm done. So now we have GFs. You haven't been to Fire Cavern yet, have you? You won't be able to take part in today's CD exam if you don't pass that prerequisite. I was gonna go this morning, but Cypher. You don't have a good excuse? Not really. Then let's get going. If you're not too confident yet, you can review your studies at the study panel. I'll be waiting at the front gate, so come down when you're ready. You can access the study panel from your seat. So she's telling me to go get the GFs, but... I'm late! Ah, are you okay? There. Fine. Sorry, I was kind of in a hurry. Oh, hey. Oh, yeah, did you just come from that class? Is homeroom over? Oh, no. This place is so much bigger than my last garden. Oh, hey. I just transferred here. Do you think you could give me a quick tour of this garden? I'm not going to do it. Don't have the time. Oh, bummer. That's too bad. See ya. Because you don't get anything for it, and I know the layout, and you don't really need it anyway. I'm going to talk to this guy. So there is a card game in this, like a trading card game. which I will probably end up playing at least a little bit. Just to get like certain cards. But I may not. It just depends. So we're gonna save here for our first little save area. I'm just gonna go over one of my old games right there. And we're just gonna keep going. Now I will let her go over the tutorial for junctioning and stuff, just so you get that aspect of it. Oops, I should go home and visit this weekend. But then I'll show you kind of how I do it. So we can't, that's a magic draw right there, but we can't do it because I don't have draw equipped yet. I want to get Quistis first. I have a few things to explain before we head off. GF gives us strength. The stronger the GF, the stronger we become. So here's a brief explanation on junctioning a GF. Junction tutorial. Junction enables characters to power up and use abilities. This means a GF must be junctioned in order to power up and use abilities. Let's begin by junctioning a GF. Right now, no GF is junctioned. All other commands in gray cannot be selected yet. Once junction is selected, the GF and magic commands appear. Since no GF is junctioned, magic is just displayed in gray. Let's junction a GF. By selecting GF, the GF list appears. Press B3 to see the abilities possessed by a GF. The abilities are HP junction, vitality junction, etc. Let's choose a GF. The GF Quetzalcoatl is selected. Its abilities, HPJ and VIII, make the status and HP and VIT appear in white. Magic can now be junctioned to HP and vitality. But since there is currently no magic, we will move on to setting abilities. There are 3 command abilities, and 2 non-command abilities for characters and party. A total of 5 abilities can be set. Depending on the GF's abilities, the maximum is 4 non-command abilities. This means that up to 7 abilities can be set. Let's set some abilities. First, select a slot. The top window is for command abilities used during battle. The bottom window is for characters and party abilities. Selecting the top window displays commands abilities. And selecting the bottom window displays character and party abilities. Since there's currently no magic, let's set the command ability Draw to get some magic. When an empty slot is chosen, the cursor moves to the right. Select Draw to set the command Draw. This is how command abilities used during battle are set. Let's add GF and items to the list. Command abilities. I'm not doing any of this, by the way. Now GF and item are set. Let's set a non-command ability. By moving the cursor down, the character ability is displayed. Now, set magic plus 20. Select an empty slot. Select magic plus 20. Magic plus 20 is now set. Abilities have now been set. This concludes the tutorial. Thank you and good luck. Everything okay up to now? You can always check back by accessing tutorial from the menu. Once we get to the Fire Cavern, I'll explain how to junction magic. Use the command Draw during battle and stock magic from your enemies. Be sure to have some stocked. Ready to go? The Fire Cavern used for the test is located east of here. Alright, so we're going to go in and we're going to junction. So I'm going to give Quistis Quetzalcoatl, and we're going to do the same way it did in the tutorial. Draw, GF, and item. We don't have any of those the non-command abilities yet, and we don't have any magic, so we can't junction any magic yet. And I'm going to give Shiva to Squall. And then I'll kind of give a rundown of the stats real quick. So if you're looking in the box down there, you see HP, Strength, Vitality, Magic, and Spirit is the bottom one, on the ones on the left. So HP obviously is your health in battle, Strength is how hard you hit with physical attacks, Vitality is your physical defense, Magic is how hard you hit with magic attacks, and Spirit is your magic defense, basically. It also dictates how well curing magic works. And then, of course, speed is how fast you are in battle, how fast your gauge goes up. Evasion is how big of a percentage you have for enemy attacks to miss. Your hit percentage is how much you hit. So Squall having 255%, even if I'm blinded with Squall, he will hit every time, no matter what. And then luck is your chance of doing a critical attack, but Squall can't do critical attacks anyway. Anybody who uses a Gunblade cannot do critical attacks. So there are a bunch of magics we can draw out here, and I'll just go until the episode's over, because I'm going to have to grind this drawing process to after the episode's over. Okay, so this is really good. I'm going to fight these and get them down to one, till there's only one Glacial Eye left, because that's what these are called, just so it doesn't hit me as much. Oh, I missed that. I don't usually miss that. But I'm also used to playing at double speed, because this... I keep missing that. I really gotta figure out the timing on that again. I'm positive I'm hitting the right button. There we go. Okay. So we killed that one. Now we're going to draw. So these are all question marks. I know the bottom one is probably scan, but we're going to draw magic. So received 8 blizzards. So in this first area, you can get blizzard, cure, fire, and thunder from different enemies, and sleep. So those are the magics that I'm going to draw and stock. But I'm going to speed this up now. It doesn't speed up the music, which is cool, so we can actually do it, and it doesn't sound awful, because we have 2 whole magics to draw, and sometimes it takes a while, so it's really cool that they gave us this speed up ability. But, like, we won't have to draw as much later on in the game, but this is the main way that we get magics to junction to our stats. And we'll be able to increase, like, Squall's vitality, which will increase his physical defense, and Quistis's magic. Oh, and I should have set the GF ability that we want to learn, because I think it's set to summon magic plus 10%, which we don't really need right now. But I don't think we'll learn any abilities before I go to Fire Cavern anyway. Yeah, so I get Blizzard and Cure from these things, the Glacial Eyes. Then there are these little enemies called Bite Bugs, which I'll get Fire from. And then there's these big Caterpillar things that are in the forest that I get Thunder from. And then there are these little fish things that are on the beach, and I get Sleep from them. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'll let you watch until the episode's time is up. But yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing until we come back, and then we can just go straight into the Fire Cavern once I junction those magics to our different stats. Because Ifrit's pretty easy to beat. As long as you junction what little magic you can get from here. So you can hold 100 of each magic. You'll never see me really using magic in battle, because the less magic you have, the less it affects your stats. So to have 100 of each magic is ideal. But I'm going to leave this here, because I'm going to work on finishing getting the magic. Like I said, it's going to be Blizzard, Fire, Thunder, Cure, and Sleep are the ones that we're going to draw. So I will see you in the next one when we have all those magics, and I will show you how I will junction them and kind of explain how the junction system works a little bit. So now we're starting to get curious, so I will see you then.